Hello guys, how are you? Today I decided to make a video about how we can use the database first approach in .NET Core 6. Basically, you will be familiar that in .NET Core, the code first approach is very popular. But if you have already a read database and if you were to use this database and not to generate the database table from your code classes, then how will you do this kind of work? I mean, if you have already a ready-made database, and from that database, if you want to generate the classes and then do CRUD operations, then how will you perform this? So let's me directly go to the Visual Studio preview version of 2022. Right click here, run as administrator. If you did not install the Visual Studio 2022 preview version, then you have to install first. Okay, click on yes. Now I will create here a project uh, like, sorry, let's me create a project. Type here for a template in this place. Yes, right here, ASP .NET Core Web. Now from the list I have to select uh, this one, ASP.NET Core Web App with Model View Controller. So click on this option, click next. Now I have to create the project inside this folder. In my C directory users, Lenovo desktop, you can use your own directory for the location. Basically this directory is located on my desktop. You can see here .NET Core projects, .NET Core projects. So you can use your own parts. I will uh, give the project the name like database first approach. Yeah, it's I think enough at this time. No matter with the project name. So database first approach will be my project name. Click on next. Yes. From the drop down, I will select the .NET 6. Currently, I will uncheck this option because sometimes it create a problem to run the project in the browser, like security kind of warning or SSL warning. That is why I just uncheck this option. Okay. So from the authentication, you have to select the no. Okay, create. Okay, guys. Now my project is created successfully. Just close all the things and let's me open the Solution Explorer. You can see here the project structure, and first I will build the project. So just rebuild the project. One failed. There might be an error like uh, project acid JSON not found on a NuGet package. So just wait a little. I think I should run the project again. Rebuild. Okay, no, the error is gone now. I think I have got all the packages in my dependency, so no, it's for fine. Now my second step is to add some NuGet packages to my .NET Core project. I will also suggest you guys to use these packages if you are using .NET Core, because these packages are very necessary for your any .NET Core version of your project. So click on this option. I will show you again. Right click on manage NuGet packages, and here go to the browse tab and just type here for the um, SQL server. Yes, this option. Now here from the top you have to select this one and click on install. I will accept. Yes, the package is installed successfully. It is a NuGet package. And now I will search for um, If I just search for design, let me see whether it's coming. Oh, yes, Microsoft Entity Framework Core Design. So you have to select this package. You should install this one. Click on I accept. Okay, this package already also installed on my computer. Okay, now the next and the third option is to install the Entity Framework Core tools. So if I just search for the tools, uh, I think Microsoft Entity Framework Core tools. Yes, you have to select this option and click on install. I will accept. Yes. Okay. No, my project is running for all, ready for all kind of the packages. I will just repeat the project once again to see whether it's working fine after installing all the packages. So there is no error, thanks to God. Okay. Now I will add here the connection string to my database. But for adding the connection string, I have to first create a database. Okay. So it is my SQL Server Management Studio. I hope that you will also install these and the SQL Server on your PC. If not, then first install the SQL Server and then the SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, guys. Now here, right click on the databases, new databases. I will keep the name as uh, database. mm, yes, like in this way, dummy db2. Okay, it will be my database. Just give the name dummy db2. Okay, guys, click on OK. Now my db is created. You can see here. And now I will add here some tables to my db, like new table. Yes, my table name will be, sorry, I will add first here a user table. So user id, user uh, name, yes, email, address, it will be the third column. And I think is these three columns are enough at this time. So let me set the type of this column as integer. Sorry guys, yes, integer. The type of this column should be n varchar 100 or 150. Yeah, some people may have very lengthy names. That is why I will keep the name as. What is the problem with me? I have to type here 150. Okay, so it will be the length of my username and it will be the length of the email address. I will keep all these two column as on null label, and I will make this a primary key and it will be auto incremented. Click on this row, come here, open this one and double click. Yes, no, it will be incremented by one automatically if a new row inserted near this table. So I will now save this table. The table name will be students. Okay, close this one. I will add one another table to this database and the table name will be like uh, cities. Okay, sorry, it will be the table name. So the column name will be city id, uh, city name, country, yes, state. Yes, it's enough, I think, at this time. So we have now to go inside very deep to the database structure. Our purpose in this lecture is basically to demonstrate how we can use the database first approach in .NET Core. So these two columns should be non-nullable, and I will also uncheck this one. These column data type should be integer and it should be an varchar for the country name. Yes, like this one. Sorry, it will be the city name and it will be the country name. And for the state, it should also be nvarchar 100. Let me make this column as primary key and I will increment it by 1. Yes, like in this way. Just double click on this option. It will be automatically set this option to yes, and it is showing me identity increment 1. It's mean that let's suppose I have 100 rows in this table, and let's suppose I insert a new row in this table, then the row number 101 will get the primary key just incremented by 1, the last one. Okay, so I will keep the table name as cities. Okay, now I will just show you here the tables that I have just created. Yes, it is the cities table and it is the students table. Now I will go to my project here in the app.setting file. I will just here a connection string to the server database. I mean to this database. I will just give a connection inside my app setting.json. Okay, so you have to type like in this way connection string. Okay guys, and here you have to keep the connection string name like uh, db connection. It will be my connection name. You can keep this thing to any name like according to your favorite or according to your standards. At this time I will just keep it as db connection. So my db connection will be, I mean the database connection. So you have to give here the server name, the database name, the server credential also. So my data source will be, my data source will be my server name. If you are using any online server, then you have to give here your online server name. Because I am connected to my local host, that is why I will give here my this server name. Okay. So to copy the server name, just click on this one, database engine, just copy this one, Control A, Control C. Okay, now I will paste here my server name. Okay, and the database name will be like in this way, initial catalog. Okay, so it will be my database name. My database name is dummydb2. Okay, so copy its name and paste here in your projects. Okay guys, it is our server name and it is our database name. Now the password to my um, server is, I mean I have to first here the user ID. The user ID is equal to SA, and my password, let's suppose at this time, is 123456. Okay guys, I am telling about this. Let me connect to my server again. Okay, so it is the username, this one, and it is my password. Okay, at this time I am showing you 123456. Okay, I will change it later after completing this video. Okay, so it is my complete connection to the server. Control S. Okay, now we have to run the command to create uh, classes for these two table in our project. I will create the classes inside my models folder. You can see inside the models folder currently we have only one class. You know, if I run the command that I will show you, there will also come two classes with the name cities and students. Okay, so for running the command, guys, remember that we will use the database first approach. You can see that I have created first the tables. Okay, now click on tools, click on this option, and now go to the package manager console. Okay, now here you have typed to type the command scaffold dash db context, and no, here I have to give the server. My server will be this one. I have to copy from this. It will be my server. Okay, and no, mm, I have to give the database, and my database will be this one. I am preparing the code for the command for scaffolding. Okay, and the user ID will be SA. Sorry, SA. Yes, let me also remove this space, this one. Okay, it will be the user ID, and the password will be, this one. I mean this one. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 at this time. Mm, okay, now close the comma, and now I have to give here the like a command like Microsoft dot entity. Yes, let me write the correct words so that have no issue. Framework core dot s ql server, yes, space dash. Now I will give here the project, the folder path where I have to create the classes. So I will create the classes inside the models folder. So I have just to give here the path. Like it is, you have to type the keyword output directory and then the folder's name. Okay, it is the complete command. Guys, you have to write also this one. I have just installed a package. I will also show you the package, and if we did not install the package, then this command will not run. So the package, let me also show you this package. Yes, this one. So this package is necessary, for this and for other SQL kind of operation. Okay, now let me close this one. Okay, so it will be the complete command. Let me press enter. The term scaffold.db context is not recognized. The name of, I think I am making a mistake. Just copy this again, paste here. Let me see, am I doing a mistake? Oh, sorry, I have to type like scaffold. I think it is the correct command. db context. Okay, scaffold. Yeah, it is, I think, the correct command. Let me press enter again. Oh, got it, guys. It is basically the correct command. Okay, now I will close these. Uh, just close this. Now go to the models folder. You can see that I have got here the CT class, the student class, for these two tables, the CT and student. And here we have also get a new class with the dummy db2 context. So we will use this class for the insert operation, for getting the data from the database, and for delete and edit operation. If I just show you the CT class, here we have the CT ID, CT name, country, state. You can see the column here. Yes, this one. Okay, and for the student table, you can see three columns. And here, if I go to the students table in the database, you can see there are three columns. Okay, just close this one, and here we have got an extra class. So let's me open this class where we have some ready-made code. Okay, Let me also remove this line. I think we have no need. Here we have got the connection string to the database. Basically, it is the DB context class. Guys, it is your assignment to search on the internet what is the DB context class in the .NET Core. So basically, it is the base class and we are inheriting the dummy DB context from this one. Okay, so we will use this class for the insert, for delete, and for getting the data. Don't confuse yourself about these kind of things. So I will just close this one. You have to do nothing with these kind of methods. Just remember that we have got an extra class. I will also show you how to use this class in this video also. So our next step is to add the setting of this class in our program.cs in this class. Okay, so I will add here the setting like in this way. Just here you have to type I configuration, yes, uh, and then new, press tab, press enter, dot, add, yes, mm, press tab. The intelligence give me uh, the next tab what I have to add, so I am just pressing tabs. It is the feature in Visual Studio 2022. Now here guys I have to add the connection string name. Go to the app setting. My connection string name was DB connection, so just put here your connection string name. Okay, and then press enter, dot build, yes. No, press enter. You have to add just one another line. Builder dot I think services dot add DB context. This one, yeah. Add DB context, and now you have to add the DB context. Guys, just copy the name of your DB context class. This one, copy. Go to program.cs and press here, and then you have to add some other stuff like uh, option, the air function, option dot use SQL server, yeah, use SQ. Why the integration is not working? SQL server, and then you have to add here uh, configuration dot get connection string, yeah, right. And inside the connection string you have to give here again the connection string name, this one. Okay, and just press semicolon, and no import the package for the missing one. For this one just mouse over here, expand this one, click on this one. Okay, you can see the namespace is imported, and for this one I think um, control dot, yes, just import this package. You can see the package is imported and the error is gone. No control S. Our final step is to add a controller, a student controller for add, insert, and delete. So for doing these, right click on your controller folder. In the controller, we have just one controller in the controller folder. Now I will add here the student controller. Right click, add controller. Okay guys. Now here select this the third option, MVC controller with views using entity framework. This option will create a controller with all the views, with the list view, with the create form, with the edit form, and also with the delete option. So I will click on this option, just click on add. Okay, now here I have to select my model class. I want to create the insert operations, the delete operation, and the edit operation for the student table. So from the top down, you can see that I have student class inside the database first approach models folder, uh, in this folder. Okay. Now from the second menu, I have to select the DB context class. Click on this one. You can see that I have this DB context class. So I have selected this one. The, the option inside the parenthesis is just showing me the path. Okay, so it is in the database first approach. Database first approach is by project name, and inside here is the model folder, and inside the model folder I have this class. Okay, now I will select no the layout. Click views, shared. I will use this layout. Okay, this the controller name will be students. Okay, so click on add. It will take a little time, and then we'll create all the stuffs for us. Wait a little, guys. I think it takes a little time. Okay, now we are here at the student controller. If I just close all the code, okay, now you can see that the we have got, I think, many methods, built-in methods with built-in code for the student table. It is our DB context class that we will use for database operation. It is the constructor of the controller. Inside the constructor, we have just to pass an object of this class, and then we have to assign to this one context. You can see context, and I am assigning this variable to the context. It is our index view. In the index, we are just getting the list. Okay, so context.student.toList, this will return a list, and I will show you this list in a view. Okay, now in the next step we have the details method. In the details method, if we just want to see the details of any object, then I mean any student, then this method will be called. I think first I should rebuild the project, and let me show you the output what we get basically. Okay, now I will run the project. uh, I have got an error like the connection for DB connection was not found and is not optional. Physical path users desktop.NET Core project database. Oh, sorry guys. Let me just stop the project. I have to give here. Sorry guys. Once again, sorry guys. I have to give here the app setting file name. So I mean the file where I have the connection string. So in the app setting file, I have the connection string. That is why I will give here the file name app settings.json. This one, okay. Control S, run the project. Yes, our project is running successfully. Okay, now I have to hit this method. So for hitting this method, just copy the controller name, not the full name, just the students. Okay, so type here like in this way. Okay, day slash and then the method name. I can also give here the menu, but at this time I think it is not important. So press enter. Again we have got an error like keyword not supported initial catalog. I think it's get index, set item, set connection string, initial catalog. Here I have used initial catalog. Yes, I think I'm using these in the connection string. Let me see the connection string. I think I am doing a mistake. Any. Oh, sorry guys. Initial. Yes. Catalog. Yes, this is the catalog. Okay. I think I have to also change in this. Copy this one, and I have also to change here. Go to the DB context class. I think database. Yes. Here I think everything is fine. But in the app setting, I have to change it to initial. Run the project again. Guys, I don't want to remove any kind of error that I occurred in this video from the video. I want to show you the things live, what kind of errors we are facing during the development. So no need to remove any kind of errors from the video. Either I can add it, but I don't want to remove. So my method will be index. I mean this the controller name and the action method. Press enter. Eh, Okay guys, we have get the page, but here we have no data. If I just show you from the database, why it's not opening? I am getting an error. Okay, if I just show you from the DB, currently I have no data in the student table. Select historic from students. Yes, currently I have no data. Now I will add here um, some data. If I just click on create, okay, this field is important. So the student name will be like Noor, and its email address, let's suppose 78123, and then sorry guys, at the rate gmail.com. It will be the email address. Click on create. Okay, so we have got one record in our database table. If I show you from the database, here we have one row. Now I will debug a little the code how we are getting these things. So click on create and create. Uh, the click is not working. Yes. Now close this file. This one also. This one also. Just go to the student controller. Uh, by clicking this button, this action method will be hit if I just click set here a debugger. Now click on create. Yes, the debugger is heated. It will just return a view. If I go to the view, there is a simple form with two fields. Okay, now I will continue. Yes, you can see that here are two fields. Now I will fill these fields like uh, Elena. No, sorry guys, like Danish, and the email will be gmail.com. Now upon click on this button, the controller action method, this create method will be called. I will also put here a debugger. Okay, it is this button submit. Its tag is create. Okay, now click on create. Yes, our debugger is heated. You can see that I am getting some data inside the class, the email address and the username. Okay, next, next, next. Now here we have the context. I mean the context of the ODB context for inserting the student record. So these two lines basically will insert the record. Okay, you can see also the record inside our main screen. So a new record is added. Now you will be wondering about from whether this screen is coming. So if I just go to the index page, I mean this one, this line returning a list. Now if I go to the view, you can see here that we have the list here. It is all list, okay, inside the table. Okay, so I will now create on the click on this button. If I click on this button, our controller, uh, why it's not opening? Okay guys, fine. By clicking the edit button, I mean this one, this action method will be headed this one. If I just put here a debugger, let's me click on the I want to edit this one. Click edit. Okay guys, so we have get the ID of the student. Okay, it will this line will search for the student with ID 1. So we have got the student for ID 1 and it is Nuruddin, and it's sorry, it's the email and it is the name, and we are here returning the student to the view. Okay, continue. Here we can see that the username is Nur. No, I want to change the username from user Nuruddin 2 and email to 4. Now if I click on this button, which controller action method will be called? This one. Yes, I will also put here a debugger. Click save. Okay, now here I have got the ID and the student class where we have these three things: the ID, the email address, and the username, the updated username. Now forward, next. I will tell you guys that these two lines will basically update the record inside the database. So next, next, and next. Let's see at this point in our database what what kind of data we have in the database. You can see the student record with ID 1 is updated, and here we have basically two rows. Okay, so click on continue. So you can see that here the updated student. Now this button is for just showing the student details. You can see here the username and the email address. Back to list. Okay, and this method will delete the student. If I click on this method, uh, this action will be hit. Okay, I think this one. Let's me also put a debugger. If I go to the list of the student, upon click on delete, the delete action method will be called this one. Okay, so let's me click on delete. Yes, we want to delete the student with ID 2. Okay, next. Now this line, the concept of student dot first or default, will basically get the student with ID 2. It will just return the student with his ID. Okay. Now here I have to delete or go to the backlist. If I click on this button, my controller this action method will be called. Okay. So click. You can see that this action method is hit. Now here we have the ID 2. I want to delete the student with ID 2. Click next, and this line will just return the student. Okay, and this line will remove the student. Save the changes. Okay, return. You can see there is a student, the second student is deleted. You can also confirm from your database. Okay, now we have one student only. Guys, we see how to use the database first approach in .NET Core 6. We first create uh, the database, this one, and then we add here two classes, the cities and the student. I can also create the CRUD operation for the cities table also. It is very simple, but it will be your assignment to do the same process like that I do for the students. Okay, now I first create the database, and then by using the scaffold command, I imported these two classes, the city and student, from the database, and then the .NET framework, the .NET Core already create me this class automatically. So it is for the this class is basically for the CRUD operations. You can see that we are using this class like the context, the student.emo. So basically we are using for removing, for adding, and for inserting new record. Um, in the app setting, we have added the sorry just we have added the connection string to the database, and in the program.cs, in this class we have just this we added this line, and inside this line we give the file name where we have the connection string, the app.setting.json, this one, and inside this one we have the connection string. So in the next line we give the connection string. So you have to just write in the same way, and then mm, I have added a controller here in this way, the student controller. Just I click on add controller, and MVC controller with views using entity framework, it will automatically create all the things for me. Now click on add. Now I will create here for the cities. Okay, my DB context will be same. Just click on add. Okay, it will automatically create all the things for the city table, the insert operation, the delete, and update. Oh guys, my battery is going down. So after creating the the city controller, I will stop the video. Okay, you can see that here we have got the cities controller, and for the city controller we have got all the required method like create, edit, and uh, delete for the cities. So if I just save this file and no run for the cities, yes, uh, I am running the project for the cities stable now. Yes. So the URL to my city list page is cities and slash index. It is the controller name and it is the action method name. Okay guys, you can see that we have no city at this time. Click on create new. My city name like New York. Yes, country will be the US, and the state will also be, I don't know about, but it may be New York. I think New York is also state. I don't want to Google about this, but I know that the city name should be city name, the country should be US. Okay, if I just empty all these fields, as we see, okay, the validation is also working. So the city name should be New, yes, like in this way. Sorry guys if there are some mistake in the spelling. New York, yeah, in this way. Click on create. We have got a city. Click on edit. New York 2, US 2, and these 2. Click on save. Okay, all things are updated. Click on delete. Delete. Okay, the city is gone. So guys, we have learned about how we can use the database first approach for the basic insert, update, and delete operation. I will tell you one last thing that I have created the controller automatically because uh, due to I think some easiness, some I mean I just want to show you you can also do in this way. Um, anyway, you can also create this method according to your own requirements in any controller, and then you can pass the data, you can delete. It is up to you. But in this video, I also want to show you just how we can create the things automatically for any class. That is why I just run the controller automatically for the edit, create, and update things. Thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you.